Can you guys hear the sound here? Or is it, no, you can't hear it? Say what? It's a lot of noise, right? I can't understand both of you guys. Maybe it's okay. Yeah. There's no way to check live streaming. Maybe I'm doing something wrong with the sound. Yeah, I think it's full though. We should go over there. But sorry for all this interrupting. Clearly, this is what I get. I'll try to contact the guy who's doing technical stuff, and then maybe we'll get better, hopefully. So I'll just wait for now and come back to you in a couple of minutes. I'm sharing my screen. It's a live feed from Seagate.
Framework where we test things in our trial plots, that's what we call phase one. We then will take 100 farmers instead of side-by-side plots. They have a control plot next to a randomly assigned intervention plot. Then we will do 1,000 farmer trials. Then probably we go back and do a couple more 100 farmer trials, fix some things, and we come back and do some more 1,000 farmer trials. It takes years of work to get something to successfully operate in the field. And then critically, the trial eventually has to be done with at least 50,000 farmers to see if this thing can actually scale, can actually be operated as a business. Eventually has to be done with at least 50,000 farmers to see if this thing can actually scale, can actually be operated as a business. I want to quickly walk through just one example intervention. Keep an eye on time, pretty good. Which is grevillea trees. Trees are a fantastic investment for farmers, really good long-term income, lots of benefits, basically sub-Saharan Africa has a substantial tree deficit. But it requires a lot of behavior change. Currently, trees are thought of as more something grown by nurseries and skilled practitioners. Farmers go to nurseries to buy trees. Unfortunately, it's not very scalable. We think trees can be grown from seed, and that countries could grow many, many more millions of trees if they really germinated from seed. The other behavioral problem is that farmers tend to harvest trees too quickly, only after a year or two, because they're tempted by the income. But trees really should be cut in the ground for a longer amount of time. So I want to talk about the product design here. What we decided to do is distribute 700 tree seeds to every farmer that we serve in Kenya. Now the problem is that the average farmer is only getting 25 successfully viable seedlings planted in their field. It's very hard actually to plant trees. So in our early phase nursery tests, we worked on a whole variety of different interventions to try to make this easier for the farmer to do. An example is the seed bag. It's like a polythene bag that holds seed and soil mixture compactly and makes it easier to germinate the stuff from seed. And so, and it really matters. If you add one additional seedling successfully viable in the field, that's like a $10 value after waiting for 5 years. So that's some of the early stages were just around the product development itself. Then we started putting stuff in the farmer's hands in the field, and so saw what happened. And we found that there were, in the nursery, 2 agronomically equivalent ways of growing trees. You start from the seed bag, you go to a big nursery, like a 10 meter by 1 like raised bed in your field, and then into like the field. Or you start with the bag, and you put it in these little plastic sockets, and you put it in the field. Agronomically, these are equivalent. But they were radically different in terms of the farmer's ease of use and adaptability. So we tested both configurations with more than 500 farmers in the field. And it turns out that socketing, despite being way more work, and personally what I thought was not going to work, proved to be far superior to the other method. Turns out that if you have these plastic sleeves, it feels superficial. You want to fill every sleeve. You feel bad if you don't fill every sleeve. You end up with a lot more trees. So this is an example of some of the development effort. Another behavioral problem is that farmers will tend to take trees out of the ground way too quickly. It's tempted by income. The problem is that trees grow exponentially in value for the first 5 to 7 years, so they really shouldn't be. It's a terrible investment decision. So currently in the field with several thousand farmers, actually, we have a variety of trials. An example is a small plot. The farmer makes a pledge and they plant a tree, a plot sign, and they put up a sign next to the tree saying, I'm going to leave these for my little child Christine, and this is going to be your school fund in 10 years, or something like that. We're trying these little plastic rings. You put a big ring around the tree when it's first planted, and then by the time the tree fills the ring, that's when you're okay to harvest it. Lots of little things like that. We have a bunch of randomized interventions in the field, and we'll see what works. That's going to be a really long trial. And then operability. And I don't want to bore you with all the boring details, but there's no tree seed supply for this particular variety in Kenya, so we had to buy the entire country supply and we also had to expand it, working with the suppliers available. Seasonally, we hire a dozen labor to physically pick through 1,000 kilograms of tree seed and pick out the good stuff. We have to have a new room built in one of our warehouses that's especially aerated, and we try plastic bags and paper bags and things like that. Seasonally, we hire more than a dozen labor who put together stuff into more than 75,000 individual packets of tree seeds. The way that all of this stuff becomes a business and can actually sold to somebody is very, very important, because otherwise it's just a very interesting research study. These trees, like one little packet of trees has the potential to help my kid that's currently age 5 to finish their secondary school. It's potentially life-changing. But it's got to also be scalable and operable. Okay, so just to wrap up, kind of what's next? I think there's a lot of work to be done. Sub-Saharan Africa alone has more than 220 million undernourished people. Paradoxically, most hungry people in the world are actually farmers whose profession is to grow food. And unfortunately, those of us in the agricultural development space will probably have guaranteed employment for life. There's plenty of work to be done. NGOs, I think, are producing scale with very little impact. Researchers, I think, are oftentimes producing really whiz-bang ideas that can theoretically produce a lot of impact, but fail to reach 1,000 farmers at the end of the day. We really need to learn from each other and work together. Although we see the world very differently, we do share a common mission of basically making the world a better place. No one here is satisfied with having a huge budget and not having impact, or producing a bunch of papers that don't actually reach anybody's lives. And that's one thing that we really appreciate about working with CIGA is like you guys actually seem to care about helping actual people. So I think there's possible lessons that we have for each other. The NGO sector, I think we need to care more about impact. Certainly my organization, I think we're still playing catch up. And this year we're planning to significantly improve our investment in M&E. We're really think that there needs to be a lot more rigor in this field. The whole purpose of our organizations as NGOs is to produce impact for real people. It is absolutely insane that we're not measuring it with a greater level of rigor. So I think that the NGO sector in general needs to significantly increase our R&D capacity, our quality of real measurement, and basically start producing better results for farmers. I think for researchers, I think probably people in this room from CIGA, IPA, JPAL, Evans Action, stuff like that. The people in this room are obviously a little more action-oriented, right? But here are some ideas. One is, I think there's an increasing number of jobs in the NGO sector that are quite interesting for people that are committed to measurement. My own organization, for example, has 3 open positions for M&E associates in the field. But obviously, it's still a lot of people remain in academia, and I think that the things I've seen in trials in the field are, I think, could use a larger N. They could also use larger land sizes, so often they start this trial in very unrealistic conditions for extremely small plots of land. I think, and then also, if we're interested in getting the study actually scaled after it's published, working with scale partners, not just any partner, but partners that actually intend to bring research to a significant scale, I think is very important. Working with those partners throughout the course of the study. So when we sit down with CIGA, for example, and we look about study ideas, there's a Venn diagram, intersection of what CIGA is interested from an academic perspective and what we're interested from a scale perspective is limited, but there are things in there. And that's a sweet spot. When the academic's interested, we learn a lot from them, we do a credible study, but then we also scale it up. So yeah, so it's a bit like a rallying cry. I really hope that we can start to increase the amount of collaboration we have between academia and the NGO sector. We need to start thinking about scale and impact, not just scale or impact. So thanks, I think I got a little bit of time for questions. And, yeah.
So we've got a bunch of interesting questions here. There's a couple themes that come through. So let me ask 3 or 4 and start a conversation, which is great. One of the questions we got right off the bat was how you came to this journey, how you did an MBA at Kellogg, and maybe we're on a different sort of track and do consulting before. You mentioned that. How did you come to 1 Acre and sort of change course and adopt this mission?
Yeah. So I basically met 2 farmers, one that was yielding 2 tons of food on an acre, and her family was just thriving. And then her neighbor was yielding 4 times less food, she had lost a child, and that just deeply affected me. And I started asking questions like, what's the difference? And it was just simply seed fertilizer training. So it's certainly simple what we need to improve agricultural productivity. And then I started the trial of 40 families, giving them seed fertilizer loans and training, so like that, and it worked, and we scaled it up. But it's, I think it's exactly what all of us are doing, spending as much time as we can in the field. Actually, that's another thing. I think all of us can spend more time in the field learning from the people that we serve. Observing differences between households and behavior, and then finding things that kind of where little tweaks make a humongous difference in somebody's life.
There's like 3 questions around the R&D that 1 Acre does. I think people are very interested in that. And one of the themes that's coming through in some of these questions is how 1 Acre decides to allocate resources between the actual expansion programs that are working versus that new R&D. And so you guys are a little different than some NGOs putting a lot into all this R&D. What's your decision-making rule or process? You went through some of it, but maybe you can tell us more about that.
Yeah, when we evaluate R&D projects, we look probably have a 1% chance of ultimately working, but can be totally game changing. Or things that are very high probability of working, but add like $10 of income per family. And so we sort of value all three of those factors in actually a fairly mathematical way, just the multiplication of impact, scale, and risk probability. And then some of those things work, some of them don't.
There's a very different kind of question, pretty interesting. So, given your focus on hunger, should 1 acre do more to deal with population growth in the areas you work in? So you're working on, this person says you're working on the numerator, why not work on the denominator?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a new theme this year which we call long-term impact. So we have a repeat relationship with farmers. It's very unique. It's not just a one-time transaction. And so we are increasingly exploring things that are not single season profitable for farmers, but actually could have a multi-year impact. And obviously, like someone was saying, the denominator is pretty important. So we are actually doing, at the moment, just desk research to understand if there could be ways for us to contribute to the family planning fights. But it's not our expertise. Obviously, it may be that we have nothing to add.
Another question. Can you comment on the environmental consequences of fertilizer use? And given some of those potential environmental consequences, fertilizer has been central to 1 acre's approach and some other ag-oriented NGOs. Is it the best avenue in the long run for Africa?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are concerned about the long-term potential environmental impacts of everything that we do. Agriculture and environment are intricately tied together. So a farmer's long-term success has everything to do with the stewardship of their environment. And that's why one of the first trainings we do with farmers is to increase the organic matter in their soil, which is a really critical contributor to plant health. Regarding fertilizer specifically, we use a technique we call microdosing, which is to apply something like 7 times less fertilizer than an American farmer would apply. It's very low amounts, and we believe the marginal return at that low dose is very, very high. Once the dosing gets too high, then it's very difficult to control the environmental impact and that kind of thing. And we do closely monitor a wide variety of environmental indicators, because I agree, like it would not be good to get short-term results at the expense of the farmer's environment, which basically means very poor long-term results. So I think philosophically we share, and we're actually supported by quite a few environmental supporters. We share the same view that the long-term results are what matter, and that very much depends on environmental health. So we could talk for a long time about that, but I think we share the philosophy hopefully with the person who put that input in.
I had a question actually, Andrew. So I really enjoyed the breakdown you had about impact and scale and thinking about things that way, and I completely agree with the importance of NGO academic collaborations. Given our experience working together, what you've sort of seen in this space, do you have any more kind of concrete, specific suggestions for how we can see these kinds of collaborations? What have you learned that would sort of be a good idea moving forward to make these more common?
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, it's interesting because traditionally, like NGOs have very little interest in meeting academics and vice versa. And I know one thing I personally would like to see in the field is, living there, I've become friends with many of these research people that you employ in the field and stuff like that. And then the PI comes for like a week or two, and then he goes to Al for a week or two. But I think you want to freak out. That happens. It's amazing. But I think it'd be great. Some of the world's greatest interventions were born when academics spent a lot of time in the field. Like deworming work, for example, Spencer should save water. There's this great intervention, sugar daddy training that I'm trying to, that I think deserves more scale up. And when really smart people spend time really in the field, for months at a time, just learning, and that's hard to find time. I think really great things happen, and then we interact more. And on our end, we should come to universities more often. We hardly ever do. And I think we just need to spend more time on each other's turf, I would say.
Great. I just got to signal that we've run out of time. That was a great session, Andrew. Thanks so much again for joining us. So our next speaker is Marshall Berg. Marshall is finishing up his PhD in the next maybe 2 weeks, I believe, if all goes according to plan. Marshall and I have been working with Andrew 1 acre for the last few years. Marshall will put a bunch of results today. Great, thanks Andrew for that great talk. So Andrew mentioned this Venn diagram of sort of, on one hand stuff Andrew's organization is interested in, on the other hand stuff we're interested in, so I'm going to talk about something at the intersection. I've actually found that intersection to be broader than Andrew sort of air drew it there. I don't know if you got the sense when Andrew was talking there, he's a very no-nonsense guy. So, I have all these ideas that I think are interesting. He very quickly sort of isolates that overlap. So I go in and I'll be like, no, that's dumb, no, that's dumb. That's dumb. Okay, we'll try that one. And what's exciting, especially for a grad student going into this sort of setup, is because Andrew's built such an amazing and efficient organization that if they get behind it, they'll support the research on one hand, and then if the research shows that a given project seems to work, they can scale it up dramatically. And I think as a researcher, that seems to be sort of a rare opportunity and something that I really like working with these guys. So again, this is one of the projects at the intersection. So the jumping off point for this project is a point that I think is obvious to anyone in this room. So food prices matter a lot for the poor. So we're going to be working in Western Kenya here, where Andy started. Most of these guys are both growing and eating corn, right? Most of these households are poor, as Andy pointed out, and they spend a lot of their money on food, right? But because these guys are farmers, they're also earning a lot of their income from food. So no surprise, the price of food really matters for how much they can consume and how much income they get from farming. Our typical assumption in this setting is that farmers have little control over the prices they face, right? They're sort of at the whims of the markets, right? We can help them increase